Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to our week 4 battle up against Sarenegrace, coach of the Chicago Shaymin-Sky. Now, first and foremost, I want to apologize for this actually being a post-com. I had this recorded live, but the audio on the live recording was absolute rubbish. When I went to edit, it was completely distorted. There was a load of interference on the mic. I don't know what was going on. So unfortunately, I couldn't use it. As much as I wanted to, I couldn't use it. There was no salvage in it. So I said, right, I better sit down and actually record the post-com. So it's a good job I actually saved the battle code. But yeah, you guys, we're 1 and 2. Hopefully we can be 2 and 2 after this match. And I'll try and go through my thought process as I go along. Serene's team, if I should have it here. Oh no, I don't. What's her team again? Because she's I can't remember. Oh, but I know she had what we see on the screen here, which also had a load of muck, which was a big issue. And she had a couple of things on the squad as well. I went through her team and the team I'm bringing in more detail. But just a quick recap of what I'm bringing. I'm bringing Zeraora, I'm bringing Mince, bulky Mince for the Hawlucha threat. I'm bringing a Rock Gunint. I'm bringing Mega Beedrill with Sora Stance because I really thought that could put in a lot of work this week. And when I did the calcs, it was insane. Bulky him on top to kind of let me pivot in and out of the Lola Muck, which I was 90% certain that was going to be coming because it checks Hoopa and Azelf, which was scary. And then I had Sylveon to potentially deal with the Thunderous. Yes, she's got Thunderous. That was the other big thing. Don't be popping up with notifications when I'm trying to record. Thank you very much, PC. Right. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it now. But by the way, if you can't see my face, it's because I'm trying something out with the face cam and whatnot. So I apologize for that as well. I was shot on trial here, Irish testing, but yeah, the big thing that I found weird about her team was that there was no Alola Muck. She brought the Cryogonal as well, but that's okay because we still want to deal with that. For my basically my strategy is I get rid of Ditto, and at any point then when I bring in Beedrill safely, I just click SD and I should win the game because I just need 10% damage on Empoleon, roughly, and maybe Hawlucha, and it's game. So that was the kind of strategy, but I'm going to get into it because I want to kind of maybe try to keep this a little bit more concise, you know. But yeah, normally I wish my opponent could look here, but I'm after playing the battle, I'm like, it's a bit odd, you know. But she's actually going to leave a Hawlucha here. Now this really kind of threw me at early game because I was like, that is not the lead. I could have sworn that you would have kept that on to the end, had that as a sweeper because it was able to do so much. She goes for the Protect first turn, try and scout what was going on. I was a little bit thrown here. I kind of go for the Plasma Fist because I reckon, right, if she's going to stay in, she does, like, the only thing that really wants to come in is Ditto. And I was a bit thrown at the start. Now, normally, in this scenario, when I have Zeraora in a position where I can actually hit something very super effectively, I was going to go for a close combat. That was the strategy, because Ditto would be the ideal switch in with Volt Absorb. We didn't see that. She reveals the Rock Tomb, so she was actually very brave to go for that. Whereas I stated, but I got rid of her focus stats. So now I know that since she switched out to her, Burning Boost is gone. So Hawlucha is no more of a threat anymore, thank God, whenever that thing comes in. So I was very happy. Even though it was a very strange start, I was very happy. I switched out here because I was kind of predicting maybe a Bulu switch here. I didn't really know what was going on because based off what Hawlucha was doing, I was like, this is a bit odd here. I don't know what's going on, but I think she might switch. We do get to intimidate off, and as he does go into Bulu, or as she does go into Bulu. And as you're going to see, this thing is going to be a little bit of a problem for us this matchup. I do actually pull a double because she brought in the Ditto, and I bring in Hitmon on top to maybe try and counter because with Zero being physically attacking, I felt that was going to come out into play. Now this actually worked out very well for me. I get an Intimidate off on this Bulu as it reveals the Nature's Madness, and this is probably the main reason why this thing is so difficult to deal with this game, because the Nature's Madness does so much work to me. But I managed to come in and I managed to get Toxic off, which I'm really happy about because this kind of puts this thing on a bit of a timer and it wears it out slowly. It counteracts the effect that Grassy Terrain is going to have, which is really nice. The probably drawback actually is this Nature's Madness is really going to be difficult. But we're going to stay in here because I know that Bulu doesn't get a physical fairy type attack, which is probably one of the big things I was complaining about in season 1 of the UBL. So I was like, yeah, well, I think we can stay in here. We can probably get a little bit chip damage off, see what she's going to go for. As she does decide to stay in, and she goes for the Horn Leech. So she gets a nice bit damage off from that point. And it's definitely kind of looking like this Bulu is going to be a bit of an issue for me. There's no easy switching for me. Like, I don't want anyone to be getting hit by Nature's Madness. It's a little bit scary. And I know for me to be able to put in work, I need Beedrill to kind of come in very cleanly here. But I'm going to bring in my Rockrunin. Rockrunin kind of deals is like okay with against Bulu, as she actually does go for the Nature's Madness and does good work to me there again. And as you can see, it's already kind of putting in more and more work. Her going for Nature's Madness and just doing half to me every turn. But we got Charlotte in, and really I want to get webs up. Once I get webs up, I slow down her whole team, and Beedrill, you know, as I said, gets a little bit of chip and sweet and cleans up with the SD. She's actually going to switch here. I think she just got afraid of the toxic damage. It was doing too much, and she's going to bring in the Hawlucha. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I'm just going to go for my sticky webs. That wasn't a big deal for me. We got 3 webs up there. I'm very, very happy, as we're going to get a little bit of lefties recovery and a bit of grassy terrain recovery. So that does kind of help against the grassy terrain, but you know, at the same time though, like Bulu constantly gets the Nature's Madness, so it's always going to do work against us. I'm not going to stay in here because I know this thing has got Rock Tomb and it's probably going to have Flying Stab. I am going to bring in my Salamence because that is the answer to this Hawlucha every single time, despite the fact it's got the Rock Tomb. That's exactly what Hawlucha reveals here to us. But you see how little damage that does. We're so bulky. That was a crit as well, which is insane. So if she's only be able to do that much to us with a super effective crit, then obviously this Hawlucha is going to be breaking through me. And I'm kind of a lot more happier with how things are going. I do switch out here. I didn't expect her to stay in, but she did. We go on to my Hitmontop. I get another Intimidate off, so I'm kind of safe knowing that no mover is going to do work against me, as she actually feels toxic. So definitely a very utility Hawlucha set this week, which I was a little bit caught off by. I was like, you know, Hawlucha with the Grassy Seed end game does so much work to nearly every team. Like, he has to possibly have, like, every team has to have a counter to it, but once that counter is gone, it cleans up. But you know, she brought a utility set this week, and she landed a toxic. She knows she's not going to do too much to me here because of the double intimidate. So she goes out into this thing. As I believe this turn, I reveal the counter. Yeah, I reveal the counter. So I'm after revealing the counter there. Now I'm not too afraid of actually revealing the counter at this point in the game, because I want to. The idea was behind that move was, if Hawlucha hits me, I'm going to do massive damage back, because I knew it wasn't going to KO me after being double intimidated. But the thing for me was, if I reveal it and it doesn't go off, it's in her head the whole game. I can't touch this Hitmontop with a physical move. I can't touch this thing. This thing's got counter. It's going to do work on me. I can't touch it. I really, really can't touch it. As we're going to go out to Charlotte here, as Serene actually predicts the Salamence switch, which I was like, that's a kind of a bold play. But but she has the dual chop there for it. But we're going to go out into a Rockrunin, and I believe this turn I went for a Reflect, and looking back, like, it paid off. But like, we take a big hit here because from the Hornage, which really I wouldn't have liked to have taken, if you know what I mean. But with the Grassy Terrain and not getting the Intimidate drop on off, Bulu was able to get that Hornage off and doing a good chunk of damage to my Rockrunin. So a little bit of a drawback there. This kind of puts me in a bit of a tricky spot here. I was like, I can't really stay in here, but I really want to keep a Rockrunin around in case Empoleon comes in and defogs the webs away. So a little bit of a spot of bother. So I was kind of a little bit caught here. I actually do pull the switch here, but she switches out first and goes out into Cryogonal, which I found a little bit strange. I was like, not too sure why you go out into that, as I decided I was going to stack my Hitmontop here, because in my mind Hitmontop was going to be the first one if we needed to go down, because I needed Mince for the Hawlucha, most definitely. I needed Sylveon in case of any special attacking hits. I needed a Rockrunin to set up the webs in case we missed out on webs. So Hitmontop kind of came in here in case we actually had to take a big hit here, and luckily for us, that's exactly what we actually got a really nice switching, because Cryogonal isn't really going to do too much to us. I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch. I'm not carrying the fighting type stab this week. Well, I suppose if you count counter, but that doesn't really count. As we end up getting a little bit of damage off with the Bullet Punch, but we see that she is actually very bulky, and she gets the Rapid Spin off. That's a little bit annoying. We actually are slowly starting to get a little bit more HP back. despite the toxic damage, thanks to the grassy terrain. But I ain't going to stay in here too much longer. I believe I switch out into my Sylveon this turn. She actually switches out into Ditto, which worked very well in my favor because we're going to bring out Sylveon here. You'll just see it in a moment, but as when the game that goes through all the motions. But we're going to bring out Sylveon here because I was thinking, all right, she might decide to go for Freeze Dry because it gets some damage off, maybe pick off Hitmontop. So I went into Sylveon thinking, all right, if she's going to go for Freeze Dry, we could eat that, and that's exactly what it worked out really well, that double there for us. As she decides to go into Empoleon this turn, and I go for my Wish. And I was very, very happy to get my Wish up here. I was like, I can definitely get it. I can definitely get a hit. One of my bulkier mons like a Rock Wind and Hitmontop healthy again, which is really, really nice. So we're going to go out into Hitmontop and let Hitmontop get the wish because that means I actually always have an answer to come in on Bulu. As she went for the Toxic there, so she's running double Toxic to try and wear me out. So it's kind of very nice that we've managed to keep our Hitmontop healthy enough to be able to put in a bit of work against her. She's going to switch out, and she's going to bring in the Ditto. So it definitely seems like the Ditto is going to be the answer to this Hitmontop. Now she knows my full Hitmontop set here. There's a couple of times she's got it. She's brought in the Hitmontop, so she knows my full Ditto, my Hitmontop set, moveset wise. As I went for the Drill Run, because I just wanted to get the little bit of chip off on Empoleon. As I was saying, I need to get 10% off on that for Beedrill to be able to kind of come in and sweep late game. So we went for that. I just played what was in front of me. There was no need for me to over predict. I'm not staying in here. She actually decided she's not going to stay in here either because that's just going to be a stale matchup. None of us are going to be able to do any work there for any of us. Like I wouldn't be able to do anything to her. She wouldn't be able to do anything to me. I would be just stuck, like, But, oh, actually, no, I didn't. I actually stayed in because I went for Toxic. Huh. I totally forgot. Totally forgot about that. I was doing such a good job remembering how the battle went. But I do know what happens in this turn. Because this is where the game really turns on its head. I didn't want anyone getting another Nature's Madness. I really, really, really didn't. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to stay in here with Hitmontop. I knew Bullet Punch wasn't going to do it very, very little. But I figured, right, we'll go for counter this turn. As she went Horn Leech. Which I was shocked. Now, she probably knew that I was going to do insane damage. But it wasn't going to pick up that kill. And luckily enough, because we were bored and we went for counter. And the only reason why I went for counter again was because I didn't want anyone taking a Nature's Madness. We were getting worn down by it. So I said we'll stay in case she does go Horn Leech. We got the... And Hitmontop was the best one to get... to be Nature's Madness on. In my opinion, because first mod, as I said, I was going allowed to go down. It worked out brilliantly. We managed to get the counter off. The Bulu is gone, and for me that was the big switch in for her. 95 times out of 100, she always brings in the Bulu there. So managing to get the Bulu gone has opened up the door for my for our team a little bit, because her first switch into our my team is just gone rid of. So it's worked out very well. I decided to stack Hitmontop here, just get the Drill Run, get the chip like I was talking about. We reviewed the leftovers on Empoleon, so we probably do need a small bit more chip, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to bring in my Zeraora here. And Zeraora gets a free hit on everything. Everything this turn because she hasn't got Bulu to come in. I believe I go for the close combat, because that's the play I was always going to go for while Ditto is knocking around. As it definitely looks like she's kind of copped the same, right? Volt Absorb, I bring in Ditto on the Zeraora. But we've read that, we've gone for the CC, and we brought Ditto really, really low down. Very, very low down. Now, as I said at the start of this battle, Ditto is the main problem for Mega Beedrill sweeping, because once I set up a +2, Ditto will be able to kind of copy my stats and it's going to be scary. So what I decided to do here is just take the hit. We lived any hit that was going to come from this Ditto, and we managed to live that knockoff, despite being -1. And I said, let's go for the knockoff ourselves. Let's pick off this Ditto, and it's exactly what we do. And that has totally opened the door for my Beedrill. Totally opened the door. So worked out very, very well. The last 4 turns has really put the game in our favour. Really has put the game in our favour. She's brought in this Cryogonal. I'm starting to think, alright, is this thing scarfed as well? She has 2 scarfs, she had Ditto, but she has also got this thing. I'm not going to stay in here with Zeraora. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to bring in my Sylveon, because Sylveon eats hits from this thing for days. As we see the Freeze Dry. And as you can, that does so little, because we are really, really specially bulky to potentially deal with the Thunderous that was on our team. She would draw the Cryogonal Fine, no problem. Happy days. She's going to bring out the Empoleon. As I believe I gone for the Wish here. I believe I gone for the Wish. I did go for Wish. Now I know I can pretty much take any hit from this thing. Empoleon isn't going to do too much to my Sylveon. So I'm going to go for the Baton Pass. I believe I went for the Baton Pass this turn. Hopefully I do remember. I just let these kind of tick over again. But I actually get a free Baton Pass. Oh no, not a free one. But I get a Baton Pass into... Was it Zeraora I went into, or was it Araquanid? It was Araquanid, because I wanted the webs up. Yes, now I remember. So, I'll bring in Araquanid. I want the webs up. She goes to the Icy Wind, and you'll see we do so little to that. So, Scald Icy Wind wasn't going to do anything, and neither was Flash Cannon. So, we were going to be leaving all sorts of hits there. Now, she may have had the Drill Peck, and that would have been a problem, but it worked out well for us. So, I brought in Araquanid. As I said, I'm literally just going to go for webs. I'm literally just going to go for webs. There's no monkey business here. Get webs up, kind of put pressure on her team. She goes for Toxic, which, you know, to be fair, she revealed that earlier on. So it's not a bad play on her part. But I'm more than happy to just literally get... Oh, sorry, I went for Reflect. But I do get webs up here. I'm telling you guys I get webs up here. I swear. But we went for the Reflect. I think maybe I was predicting Zard to come in there. I think. But I'm not too sure. But I do go webs this turn. As she goes an Icy Wind. She's staying with this Empoleon, which I found a bit weird. I was like, you're not really 1v1ing me here with this thing, which is odd. I am going to go for Sticky Webs. So we do get them up, as I was telling you guys the whole time we were getting webs up, you know. So we get webs up. And what did we do this turn? Because I'm pretty sure, I don't think I'll go out into Zeraora, but it might. I can't remember now, but but we do switch out here. We go out to Sylveon. Oh, okay, we go out to Sylveon. I think I'm kind of at the point where I just want to kind of filter around, play around with our team a little bit. Because I knew I lived a hit. I could probably wish a Baton Pass into the Zeraora, and I think that was it. I was going to wish Baton Pass into Zeraora after taking a hit from this, because I was going to live any hit from this. And she went for the Ice Wind, which is ideal because that gives us the slower Baton Pass. So Zeraora can come in and just literally click Plasma Fist, and we should kill, or at least to 80%, 80-85% if there's a bit of Fizz Death there. But we get the free we do get the free Baton Pass. She does go for Toxic, so that is quite annoying. But look, it is what it is. I need to bring in Zeraora relatively cleanly, and this was the best way to do it. And again, we get a free hit on Zeraora no matter what, or free hit off on our team from Zeraora no matter what. So Zeraora is going to get the wish. Raphael is going to pretty much click the Plasma Fist this turn, and I believe she lets Empoleon go down here, as this is probably the best animation, one of the best animations in the game. Look at that Zeraora animation, just bodies things. She does reveal a lot of Fizz Death there on that Empoleon, and she goes for the Toxic, and we dodge it. Now, for me, that doesn't have any real play on how the game plays out. If she gone for Ice to win, maybe that could have done something. But no, she didn't, unfortunately. I'm just going to go for another Plasma Fist. There was no reason not to. No one on our team took it. So Empoleon is going to go down to the Zeraora. Happy days. So we're definitely in really good shape so far. So 3 of our ones down. As she is going to bring in Zard, I believe now. She does, yeah, this is it. So I think she's definitely felt the pressure, and she realized she has to start breaking through me. I'm going to bring in Mence. Mence, because I don't need it for Hawlucha. I know it's not going to have him burned anymore. So Mence is going to come in, deal with this Zard. I'm literally going to intimidate it, as it's going to come in. It's going to come in. It's going to Mega Evolve, and I think it may D-Dance here. I think it may D-Dance here if I remember correctly. No, Flare Blitz. Okay, a Flare Blitz. I think it just went straight for the kill there on the Zeraora. Now, for me, this turn, this probably made or break the turn for me of the game, because this was touch and go. I was tempted to go for Tailwind because I have Tailwind and Draco here on this Mence, but I didn't go Tailwind, and thank God we didn't, because she went Tailwind on her Zard X. So we were very, very lucky. I literally just went, yeah, I'm Dracoing. Don't care. Draco Meteor, let's go. And we managed to pick up that Zard. So thank God for that, because that Zard could have done serious work to us. But luckily And had we clicked the wrong move, it would have been big trouble. But luckily, it worked out perfectly. We said, no, be brave, be bold, be aggressive. Just go for the Draco Meteor. You're going to be okay. And we were in very good shape. She's down with her 2 Pokemon. She's going to bring the Cryogonal to potentially pick off my Mints. I'm going to switch out. I'm going to bring Sylveon. Sylveon deals with this thing nicely. So there's kind of no need to, you know, play around with it anymore. As she's got the Cryogonal and the... What was the other one she had? She had the Cryogonal and the Ditto was gone. Oh, the Hawlucha. She had the Cryogonal and the Hawlucha left. So basically the plan here is just to kind of pick her off. Because Sylveon can do it and so can Zeraora. So we're literally just going to stay and pick her off. As I'm just going to go for the Heal Bell, get rid of my Toxic, get rid of Rockwood's Toxic, get rid of Hawlucha's Toxic. So, you know, so we're all kind of cured, you know. No, in fact, oh sorry, Zeraora didn't get Toxic. Yeah, sorry, but the Rockwood was Toxic. So we're all back being relatively healthy. And I'm just going to start clicking Hyper Voices here, because she's doing so little to me. I can get a few off, but she gets the freeze hacks there, and that's very, 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 very annoying when she got that freeze hacks. That was not fun. So we're going to get a little bit of health recovery there, and I'm literally just trying to figure out. I gotta do something. I gotta do something here to be kind of to maybe deal with this. I'm still clicking Hyper Voice here because I think if I can get one Hyper Voice off, we'll do enough to be able to wear her out. I think next turn, I clicked Hyper Voice that turn. Next turn, I'm starting to click Wish, and in the live comment, I was kind of like, well, what do I do? When do I go for the baton pass? Because we're in a bit of trouble here. But soon enough, I believe it's not this turn. I think I'm like one more Wish, and the next turn we were going to go for baton pass. But she's just going to go for another Freeze Dry, and which will do a bit of work to us. And next turn we're going to go for baton pass, just to try and see if we can bring in someone cleanly, and hopefully kind of pick the game off, because we wanted to keep the diff as much as we can. And so we're kind of we're hoping on the hacks here, otherwise I'm going to have to bring in someone to eat the freeze dry. But luckily we throw out, I get the baton pass off, thank God, because that would have been a disaster had she managed to pick Sylveon off because of the freeze. And we're going to bring in our Zeraora, and we're very, very healthy. We're in a very good spot, and pretty much, guys, this is where we kind of just picked them off. She reveals she's Scarfed, so she was running Juice Scarf this week. I'm going for the Plasma Fist because I didn't need to. I thought she was bulky earlier on in the game, but it definitely looked like just him on top because didn't have the power behind his bullet punch to be able to do too much. But we pick her off. We went with the Plasma Fist, and she's only got the Hawlucha left, which is gonna be slower than me, and it's got the sash broken, and is just not going to be able to live another Plasma Fist here. So Zeraora is going to get the sixth and final kill on the team. 4 kills from Zeraora this week. He put in a heavy shift, heavy shift for the for the Wailords this week. Definitely kind of came out and said, I'm number 2 pick. I'm the second round pick for the Wailords. I'm going to start showing why I'm that good. And thank God he finally did, because my God, he wasn't doing much since then. But GG3, thank you so much for the battle. Definitely a bit odd that I didn't see the Alola Muck. Was really expecting Alola Muck this week, guys. Really expecting it, but we didn't see it. Mega Beetle didn't get to see the field play at all. I was really kind of relying on Beetle to kind of sweep the screen, but didn't really happen. Or at least when we got the chip damage done to sweep the screen, but it didn't happen, so we don't need to worry about it. But yeah, guys, I'm fading all over. Why am I fading? Green screen, you're annoying me now. Oh god, but anyways, I'm gonna wrap up today. I'm dealing with technical issues all week. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here today, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's UBL battle, make sure to click the like button down below for me. Definitely go check out Sarenegrace's channel and all the other coaches' channels in the description down below, as well as the other UBL content. And last but not least, if you want to see more click the subscribe button. It's like, tell me what you liked about the battle in the comment section down below. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more. Click the bell icon as well. And that note, I'm going to get out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.